Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it, guys. Today I wanted to talk about three aircraft that we could have in the game, basically without causing too much trouble and being a better option than the Mirage 2000C-S4 for an event vehicle like the winter event that we are having right now. As you know, the Mirage 2000C-S4 will be the main prize of that event. The event is ongoing, and once we actually have the vehicle, I will be doing a video showing the capabilities of it. But as you know, it's kind of a meh aircraft, if you will, because it's pretty much the same as the S5. It just has less flares in the game, right? So it's kind of a boring option, I gotta say. Honestly, Gaijin, I know some vehicles will be better, some vehicles will be worse. I love the fact that we finally have a French aircraft as an event vehicle like this. You know, minor nations, if you will, they normally don't have this type of vehicle being added as event vehicles in general, right? But still, it is, I think, a very good option to have, just because of that. But there is always more like fun options out there, so I will give you three options that two of them I already talked about in other videos, so you can probably guess already. But and the final one, I'm gonna talk about a French option that could be a better event vehicle than the Mirage 2000C-S4. Okay, so the first one, obviously, I have to talk about this aircraft as always, the MiG-25. Okay, guys, the MiG-25 is an interceptor, doesn't have a cannon, but it is going to be, if added, the fastest aircraft in the game. It would have a very old radar, but okay to use, you know, more on the sense like in the way that it works, it's basically very similar to the MiG-23s, okay, especially the PD variant, which is the mid-70s version of the MiG-25. But it would be just an MTI kind of situation with the radar, so nothing too fancy, but very good range to actually fire the R40s. They have the R40s, Rs and Ts, and RDs and TDs, which are fairly good missiles. They have more range than an AIM-7, for example, in the RD and TD variants, especially the RD, right? The TD is of course limited by the seeker, but because it's an IR missile, but the RD, sorry, would have a max range of around 60 kilometers, an effective range of around 20, something like that, of course. Yeah, very good missiles. It can actually carry the R60Ms as well, so it would be a very cool like 11.3, 11.0 aircraft. The only problem with it is that, as I said, it doesn't have a cannon, so yeah, it has to use its performance, its radar, and its missiles to actually do well. Since it doesn't have a radar, it might be a weird aircraft to have in the tech tree, and being weird in the sense that it's going to be difficult to actually play in the meta of War Thunder without a cannon, and especially because it is a very low maneuverable aircraft. You know, it's an aircraft that it's not made to be maneuverable, it's made to be fast and fly high. So you would need to actually be smart about how you play to actually get kills. Don't expect this aircraft to be something extraordinary meta. You know, it would be an aircraft that it would lose a lot in a dogfight and in a gunfight in general, right? So being a difficult aircraft in that regard, being an event vehicle would be very good, I think. So yeah, instead of the 2000C-S4, maybe the MiG-25 PD probably could be an event vehicle, but yeah, oh well, right? The second option that would be better than the Mirage 2000C-S4 would be an F-15A. But Matt, don't we already have an F-15A? Well, yes, we do, but we have basically a very late MSIP version of it, or technically it's just a weird model. A lot of people say that it's not really realistic. Well, we're not gonna get too much into that, but still, I still think that an F-15A from the 70s would be very good as an event vehicle, because it would have the performance that you see in F-15, so it would be amazing, really amazing, but having very old missiles and not having flares. There is even a choice of, in real life, I think they used chef inside the air brake, and then when you open the air brake, you would release the chef at one time. So we might even see something like that, but apart from that, you wouldn't have any countermeasures, and it would use very old missiles, AIM-9Js, AIM-7E2s, or something along those lines, right? And it would be a lower BR, so you would have an incredible performance, beating most aircraft at that BR, but you would have very poor missiles and no countermeasures, so it would be a very interesting aircraft to actually use. Very good performance, amazing turn fight capability, acceleration capability, everything like that, but at the same time lacking a little bit on the regard of missiles and countermeasures. So it's kind of a, you know, it wins on one side and loses on the other side. I don't know the BR of it, maybe 11.3 or something along those lines. Not to be too OP, right? So yeah, but still, it would be very, very cool. And the last option, a French aircraft, technically a French aircraft, I would add, instead of the Mirage 2000C-S4, the Mirage 50. Okay, guys, the Mirage 50 would be a lower BR aircraft, okay? It wouldn't be as high as a BR as the Mirage 2000 or the F-15 or the MiG-25, but it is a very interesting aircraft. Why? Because it is an upgraded Mirage 5 or a Mirage 3 basically, right? But the cool part about it is that depending on the version that we have on it, it could have a fairly okay radar like the Cyrano 4 M3, which is, by the way, a radar that is not the M3 variant, but it is a radar that it's already in the game, you know, and it's used by the, let me think, it's the Mirage F1, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is. You know, it's a radar that is already in the game, and it would be, you know, fairly okay using Super 530s and stuff like that, right? But the coolest part is that it would be a Mirage 3 with this improved radar, maybe with canards if it's the EV variant, for example, and especially with the 9K50 engine, so a much improved engine over the original Mirage 3 engines, right? Making it be a very powerful Mirage 3, right? It would be a very, very interesting aircraft. It's basically a Mirage 3 with everything that a Mirage F1 had. Engine, radar, everything like that. So it would be a very, very cool option with very amounts of skins, because this is more of a exported model, but anyway, it would be a cool option instead of the Mirage 2000 in the French Tech 3. But anyway, let me know in the comments what would it be, the three options that you would choose, sorry. And yeah, I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and bye guys.